PSE&G on Thursday announced a joint electric car promotion with Nissan USA. PSE&G customers can receive a $10,000 rebate off the MSRP of the 2017 Lex electric LEAF. The promotion is open to customers of PSE&G and is available through September 30th or until 2017 LEAFs are out of stock, whichever occurs first. Electric cars can be a powerful tool in combating climate change and reducing other pollutants, especially in a state like New Jersey where roughly half of our electricity comes from air emissions-free nuclear, said Courtney McCormick, VP Renewables and Energy Solutions for PSE&G. There are an increasing number of electric cars being offered that meet the needs of different consumers. We encourage our customers to check out the all-electric LEAF to see if it is right for their driving needs. In addition to the $10,000 Nissan rebate off the MSRP, customers could be eligible for a $7,500 federal tax credit. The sale of all-electric cars, such as the 2017 LEAF, is not subject to sales tax in New Jersey. The 2017 LEAF gets an average 107 miles per charge. I salute PSE&G for its leadership in electric cars and for this innovative promotion, said Tim Eustace, chairman of the New Jersey Assembly Environmental Committee and a LEAF owner. Increasing the number of electric cars on New Jersey's roads is an important component to an overall climate change strategy. Electric car owners, of all models, are the most satisfied car owners in America. As a LEAF owner for more than 5 years, I urge customers of PSE&G to consider if now might be a good time to see if a LEAF, or another electric car model, might be right for them. Potential benefits of the incentives, according to PSE&G. Start with a $32,500 MSRP, $32,500 list prices for a base model 2017 LEAF. The MSRP of cars available will vary based on features. Subtract the $10,000 Nissan USA rebate. Subtract $7,500 federal tax credit. Add $0 for sales tax. Final cost of car, $15,000. To take advantage of this offer, a customer must take a copy of their PSE&G bill and this flyer to a Nissan dealer. It is suggested that customers call ahead to make sure that a 2017 LEAF is available at the dealer. The discount cannot be combined with other offers. For more information, visit www.sept.com/GoElectric. In 2016, PSE&G received recognition from the state of New Jersey for its leadership in promoting electric cars and investing in electric car infrastructure. These efforts include: PSE&G runs the largest electric car employee incentive program in the state with more 45 chargers installed at company locations. Last month PSE&G, in partnership with ERCO, installed 2 fast chargers at the Molly Pitcher service area on the New Jersey Turnpike. PSE&G has provided 135 car chargers to 23 New Jersey hospitals, colleges and businesses to encourage their employees to commute in electric cars. PSE&G has 17 electric cars in its company fleet, as well as many partially electric-powered trucks.
Nissan recently announced that the all-new LEAF, which will be unveiled soon, will be equipped with the company's ProPilot Assist. While this system doesn't enable autonomous operation, it's certainly a step in that direction. The goal is to reduce stress and fatigue by helping with acceleration and braking, even to a full stop, in traffic, and to keep the car centered in the lane. This can be extremely handy on long highway stretches and road trips. Even though the system has only been announced for use in the LEAF, Nissan integrated ProPilot into a few 2017.5 Nissan Rogues and gave us the opportunity to try it out. This wasn't a drive on a test course either. We were thrust into traffic snarls from Hollywood to the San Fernando Valley. Getting into the Rogue, we saw a blue button on the right side of the steering wheel, which activates the system. Between the gauges, there's a spot where a display shows graphics related to the system. It was on, and ready to be activated, Driving toward the freeway, we set the Intelligent Cruise Control, ICC, also known as Adaptive Cruise Control, chose our desired distance from the car ahead and let ProPilot Assist get to work. Despite setting the cruise control to the shortest distance, there were several occasions where other cars would dive into the space in front of the Rogue. The system reacted quickly yet smoothly to the lane interloper, and activated the SUV's brakes until the Rogue was again at that preset distance from the car ahead. Getting on the freeway, we enjoyed a brief respite of light traffic, and observed the lane centering feature of the system. It uses a forward-facing camera to determine the center of the lane, based on where the lane lines are. There were times that the steering wheel tugged slightly. ProPilot detects that the Rogue was no longer centered, so it smoothly made corrections to get back on track, without any abrupt left-right action. Your first instinct may be to tug the wheel back the other way, but if you let it work, ProPilot will keep your car centered, even through curves. Then traffic got more congested and the ICC kicked in, using front radar to keep that distance from the stopped car ahead. It even came to a full stop. If the system is activated and you end up stopped for more than 3 seconds, you have to push the resume button or tap the throttle to get going again. However, there are occasions where the lane centering system won't work, such as if it can't detect the lane markers on poorly maintained roads or there is enough severe weather to keep the camera from detecting them. It will beep to let you know that it is inactive. But this is a driver assist system, not autonomous driving, so it simply means that you drive the way you always have until the system sees the lane markers again. You can also override the system by using the turn signal, steering yourself, or applying the brake. The driver's actions are the higher priority. What happens if you take your hands off the wheel? ProPilot gauges whether your hands are on the wheel based on steering torque. If it senses that your hands are off the wheel, there's a warning light that comes on, then beeping that gets faster. If it still doesn't sense your hands are on the wheel, it starts to tap the brakes. If it goes for a long enough amount of time, it eventually brings the car to a stop and turns on the hazard lights. All of this is for safety reasons, in the event the driver is dealing with an emergency and is no longer capable of driving. Once you get the hang of using ProPilot, it comes in pretty handy in traffic and on the freeway. It's a little strange to feel the car moving side to side and forward and back for you, but the motions are smooth. For this to be a success, though, what's going to be most important for Nissan is to have its dealers show potential buyers how to use it. Nissan is well aware of this, and has been doing extensive ProPilot Assist dealer training since January. Nissan debuted the Rogue Hybrid in January of this year and, by the time it recently arrived in the Roadshow headquarters garage, I'd totally forgotten about it. With only a 5 or 6 mpg advantage over the standard Rogue, and only 2 mpg better on the highway, it doesn't look very exciting on paper and is, honestly, a fairly forgettable and mild boost that easily got lost amidst a larger mid-cycle styling upgrade. Then again, the standard Rogue is actually a pretty good starting point with pretty good performance, cargo area, efficiency and tech. It's not my favorite choice in the class, but it's still a very solid pick. So, even a mild bump in performance and efficiency should leave the Rogue Hybrid in a pretty good place, even better considering our 2017.5 Nissan Rogue Hybrid SV is only $1,000 more than the non-hybrid SV AWD model. The biggest change that comes to the Rogue Hybrid happens under the hood, where the 2.5-liter standard engine has been replaced with a smaller 2.0-liter mill that makes 141 horsepower and 144 pound-feet of torque. The smaller engine is mated with an electric motor that adds 30 kilowatts to the party, about 40 horsepower, and 118 pound-feet of torque. The hybrid system's combined peak output of 176 horsepower is 6 ponies more than the larger standard gasoline engine, but it feels less torquey. Since Nissan doesn't state peak combined hybrid torque, hybrid math isn't as simple as adding the pound-feet. I can't confirm my suspicions. I noted that the hybrid feels less responsive off of the line than the standard Rogue, but I'm not sure if the powertrain or the extra weight, about 200 pounds, is to blame. In the initial instant of acceleration from a stop, when the e-motor operates alone, the hybrid feels sort of wimpy and hesitant. Only when the gasoline engine kicks in does the SUV start to feel alive and willing to get up and go. What really tweaks me about this powertrain is the inconsistent throttle feel around town. Starting with not enough pedal off the line and ending up with a hair too much throttle when the gasoline engine kicks in, resulting in a sudden lurch of acceleration. It's mildly annoying, but not the end of the world, and with much patience I eventually learned where the hybrid's sweet spots were. Like the standard Rogue, the hybrid is based on a front-wheel drive architecture, but is available with an optional all-wheel drive system. Checking that box brings the FWD hybrid's EPA fuel economy estimates of 34 city, 33 highway and 35 combined MPG down to 31 city, 34 highway and 33 combined, about a 2 MPG drop across the board. That said, I ended my relaxed week of testing at a disappointing average of about 26 combined MPG. Regardless of the chosen powertrain, all Rogue models feature Nissan's Tronic continuously variable transmission, CVT, which eschews fixed gear ratios in favor of infinitely variable ratios. Nissan has proven that it can build a good CVT with the standard Rogue, and it's just as good here on the hybrid, with none of the hunting and rubber banding that tend to plague the lesser examples of this drivetrain. The standard Rogue is a fairly spacious little SUV. So spacious that there's even an option for a third-row seat. The hybrid model, not so much, thanks to its lithium-ion battery pack. The bank of batteries lies beneath the floor of the rear cargo area where the standard model's divide and hide, Rolls-Royce, storage space would be. This means that the hybrid loses about 12 cubic feet of maximum cargo capacity and can't be equipped with the family package third-row seating option. It's still got a very respectable 27 cubic feet of trunk for your junk behind the second row, so it's not a total loss, and the rest of the cabin is just as spacious as the non-hybrid. Speaking of the rest of the cabin, I've got one small nitpick with the Rogue hybrid's ergonomics. Overall, it's a comfortable place to sit, but Nissan has tucked most of the buttons for the all-wheel drive system, liftgate, drive modes and driver aid systems beneath the dashboard at the driver's left knee. They're not possible for me to see down there without craning my neck, which is fine for most of them. I'm not going to be opening the liftgate on the highway. However, I just didn't understand why at least the drive mode buttons, which are meant to be pressed while driving, weren't on the center console where they could be reached without looking too long away from the road. A 5-inch display audio system is standard equipment for the hybrid SV, but our example was equipped with the optional premium package that adds nearly all of the available bells and whistles for $2,870. One of those whistles is the upgraded 7-inch Nissan Connect infotainment system. Along with the larger display, owners also get decent navigation software with voice recognition. The system supports Siri's free connectivity when paired with an iPhone device, but not true Apple CarPlay or Android Auto smartphone integration. Instead, Nissan offers very basic integration with a handful of apps including Pandora, iHeartRadio and Facebook. There's also the ability to search for destinations online via Google when connected to the automaker's own smartphone app. Overall, Nissan Connect hasn't changed much since this generation of the Rogue debuted back in 2014 and is starting to feel very dated. Along with the infotainment features, the premium package also adds a massive panoramic moonroof, a motion-activated power liftgate, Bose audio and Nissan's surround view camera system, which stitches feeds from 4 cameras mounted around the Rogue Hybrid into one 360-degree view of the area around the car. With motion detection software, the cameras can also audibly alert drivers if they get too close to a person or a pet. This is in addition to the standard SV trim level equipment that the Rogue Hybrid rolls off of the line with, including blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alerts and forward pre-collision alerts with automatic emergency braking. The Rogue Hybrid is also available in the SL trim level, which adds leather trim and LED headlights with automatic high beams and makes many of the SV premium package options into standard features. About the best thing that I can say about the Rogue Hybrid that already hasn't been said about the non-hybrid Rogue is that at least it doesn't cost much more. The 2017 Nissan Rogue Hybrid SV, technically a 2017.5 model, starts at $26,640, only a $1,000 premium. Add $1,350 for all-wheel drive, $2,870 for the premium package and a $960 destination charge to reach ours tested price of $31,820. With such a low hybrid premium, it makes sense for many drivers to go ahead and check that box if you're already specing a Rogue. Using the EPA's standard calculations of 15,000 annual miles and current fuel prices, the hybrid powertrain will start paying for itself within 5 years of ownership, sooner, if you drive more annual miles than the conservative estimate. If you're not already sold on the Rogue, there are compelling alternatives to the Rogue Hybrid, including Toyota's RAV4 Hybrid. Even Honda's non-hybrid, turbocharged CR-V only falls a few mpgs of the Nissan's fuel-sipping estimates, but is way more pleasant to live with, offering much better tech, performance and amenities.